Hello, welcome everyone to another recipe. In today's video, I will teach you 2 ways to make coconut popsicles that will surprise you. Do you want to impress and win over your customers? Make coconut popsicles like this. In today's video, you will learn the popsicle with cocada flavor and the gourmet popsicle with toasted coconut flavor. So if you love coconut, leave your like at the beginning of the video and come with me to check out today's step-by-step recipes that are unmissable. And the first step is to make the caramel that we will use in the creamy cocada filling. I will start by adding to the pan 1/4 cup of sugar, which can be granulated or refined, and 1/4 cup of water. The water and sugar have to be in equal parts, so if you do not have these measuring cups, you will put 60 milliliters of water and 60 milliliters of sugar. Mix well and take to low heat until it becomes a caramel. You do not need to keep stirring all the time. You only stir to mix and dissolve the sugar. Then you let it cook until it forms a caramel. Because if you stir all the time, your syrup will crystallize. When the caramel reaches this point, it is time to add the shredded coconut. Here I will add 200 grams of shredded coconut. You can use fresh or packaged. Of course, fresh is much better. Then add half a box of condensed milk, and do not worry because the complete list of ingredients, yield, and bag size is always in the video description. At the moment you add the shredded coconut and condensed milk, this caramel will harden a little, but just keep stirring on low heat and it will melt again. And it is necessary to do this whole process to really get the cocada flavor. I do not know about you, but I love coconut. For me, everything with coconut is delicious. And when it reaches this point where the cocada is already all together and not separating anymore, it is time to add the heavy cream, which is half a box of heavy cream. Both the condensed milk and the heavy cream should be at room temperature. After adding the heavy cream, just mix well and your creamy cocada is ready. At the moment you add the heavy cream, you can already turn off the heat. After adding the heavy cream and mixing well, it will be in this very creamy consistency, ideal for filling the bags. Transfer to another container and let it cool before filling the bags. And a tip that will make it much easier when filling the bags is to place this cocada in a piping bag. It makes it so much easier. I have already filled the bags. I did not show it because otherwise this video would be too long and I still have to teach you how to make the base. If you prefer, you can use the blender, which I do not like to use because it creates too much foam. So I will add 1 box of condensed milk, 200 milliliters of coconut milk, 1 box of heavy cream, and if you want to make it only with coconut milk, it is already very good. But as I like to leave the flavor very strong, I will also use here the white coconut ice cream powder. You can replace it with coconut essence or make it only with coconut milk. As I said, I will add 2 tablespoons of the white coconut ice cream powder. The stabilizer cannot be missing to avoid ice crystals and make the popsicle soft. Here I am using 1 tablespoon of ice cream stabilizer, but if you cannot find ice cream stabilizer, you can use 1.5 grams of CMC. Finally, add 1 liter of whole milk and mix well. Base ready and without foam, now just fill the bags. I will put about 130 milliliters of base in each bag, and now I will give you a tip for when you make filled popsicles, to leave the filling all on one side only. The tip is to lay the bag down when filling with the base. And when you feel that the base is not going down anymore, you lift the bag little by little. Doing it this way, the filling will stay all on one side and your popsicle will look beautiful. Look how beautiful the cocada popsicle turned out. The cocada stayed all on one side and it really looks very pretty. I will make another bag so you can see it clearly. This bag I am using is size 6 by 24, and when you make any popsicle with some type of filling, it is important to use a strong bag. Otherwise, it may burst during freezing and you lose your recipe. I finished filling all the bags and it made 14 units. I will take these popsicles to freeze and I will come back to show you the result. This recipe is perfect for you who love coconut and want to cool off in this hot weather. It feels like you are eating a cold cocada, so just think about the success this popsicle will be on your menu. And now that you have learned how to make this delicious cocada popsicle, which will surely be a success, come learn the toasted coconut popsicle. And the first step is to prepare the coconut. Here with the pan still off, I will add 100 grams of shredded coconut. Here I am using packaged coconut, but if you prefer, you can use fresh coconut. Half a cup of sugar so the popsicle is not too sweet, because it already has condensed milk. But for the toasted coconut popsicle, it is necessary to do this process with the coconut and sugar. Now I will spread it here and turn on medium heat. I will stir from time to time until this coconut is very golden and the sugar starts to melt. It does not need to melt completely. And the coconut is already at the point I want, and you will choose if you want it more golden or lighter. For me like this, at this point, it is perfect. As I told you, the sugar does not need to melt completely. Now let's continue. With the heat still on, I will add 1 liter of whole milk. I already added here in this milk 1 tablespoon of ice cream stabilizer and mixed very well. It is important to do this before to avoid lumps. If you want, you can replace it with cornstarch. Then it is also 1 tablespoon, 1 box of condensed milk, which is 395 grams. If you want to learn the more economical version of the toasted coconut popsicle without condensed milk and without heavy cream, comment here and I will bring it. The heavy cream, which this time will be 2 boxes, totaling 400 grams of heavy cream. It has to be this amount so your popsicle does not get too sweet. Remembering that we put sugar to toast with the coconut and also the condensed milk. So it is important to use 2 boxes because it will be sweet in the right measure. Next step is to mix very well and let it cook on medium heat until it starts to boil. When this base starts to boil, you will let it cook for another 5 minutes and then you can turn it off. It is boiled for 5 minutes. Now I will turn off the heat and transfer to another container. It is important to cover this container so it does not form that skin on top. I will do that and I will be back with the result of the cooled base. And look at the creaminess of this base. The flavor is wonderful. Cooked base, besides being very creamy, has a very concentrated flavor. I will fill all the bags here and I will be back to show you the yield, as I have already shown filling bags in several videos. And to keep this video from being too long, I will be back in a moment. I finished filling all the bags and it made 12 units. This bag is size 6 by 24 and I put 130 milliliters of base in each bag. Now just take them to freeze and enjoy this recipe. For you who still do not know, I have an ebook with 100 gourmet popsicle recipes. There I gathered my best recipes, the recipes of the best-selling popsicles. In addition to recipes, I also give you valuable tips, especially for those who are just starting out. By getting my ebook, you also receive a bonus ebook with 50 more recipes of popsicles that are fit, detox, alcoholic, and economical. To get yours, just access the link in the pinned comment. And look how creamy this popsicle is, and the flavor is simply perfect. Just make this recipe and you will not regret it. If you are new here and you like popsicles, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the next updates. There are new videos every day here on the channel, and these were today's recipes. I will stop here. A kiss, and see you in the next video.